Hey gamers! See this sneak peek of 11 epic games in 2024? Some massive fights, beautiful worlds, immersive stories, or smart gameplay. This pack has it all. If you guys haven't done it yet, please subscribe to the channel and hit that bell to be updated about the latest games. Also, if this video was informative to you, then please hit the like button. Let's dive in. Starting off at number 11, we have Warframe 1999. Warframe 1999 is the next large-scale supplement to an extremely popular online action game, Warframe. In this alternate late 1999 history, players will assume the role of a mysterious character named Arthur, who will find his way through a world infested by biomechanical creatures and corrupted technology. The plot is focused on Arthur searching for the millennial Doctor and Trophy. Slated for winter 2024, the game will be available on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox platforms. Inherited directly from Warframe, this game has carried over the fluid controls and fast pacing in the combat. Both melee and ranged combat playable, as Arthur is going to be carrying not just your futuristic weaponry, but also some retro gear. Further facilitating customization and personal playstyle, players will be progressing through the story to unlock new abilities and equipment. Warframe 1999 is literally dressed in a very unique art style that is a mix of futurism and the 90s. The graphics are also super detailed and vivid, reminiscent of the age, while maintaining a visual high bar. Something the Warframe series boasts. This game is an extension long awaited by many to present a lot of excitement. It is suggested not only for veteran players in the Warframe series, but also to newcomers, usually searching for an action RPG with strong storytelling. It is a unique retro aesthetic appeal that combines the gameplay of the futuristic genre, making the title that must be explored. Let's move on to number 10. We have Illuviam. Illuviam is a decentralized 3D open-world fantasy RPG undertaking exploration throughout a vast alien landscape riddled with mysterious creatures known as Illuvials. Here, one takes on the role of a survivor in an interstellar space fleet that gets marooned onto a planet in shambles. The game world is characterized by hazardous weather conditions and overwhelmingly large crystal oceans, with only some small fraction being accessible. This is done by using the crystal shards to unlock obelisks, portals leading to new regions through capturing Illuvials. The storyline of Illuviam takes one through a crash landing on an alien planet and then explore and survive afterwards. The events which the player is supposed to find out are part of the cataclysm that shattered Illuviam while helping their crew flourish. Combat in Illuviam is conducted through an auto-battler system where the player will strategically choose and deploy their Illuvials. Once in battle, these Illuvials will auto-search for enemies to hit and auto-charge their energy for firing off their most powerful ultimate abilities, which can reverse the tide of a battle. The game will go live on July 25th, 24, first to be deployed on PC and likely further platforms as the game itself develops. On the whole, Illuviam stands as one of the anticipated games so far, just due to what it looks to bring with itself, which is rich in experience. This will interest open-world RPG and strategic gamers, particularly those who are much into blockchain technology and NFTs. Next, over at number 9, we have Dead Space-like game called Negative Atmosphere. Negative Atmosphere is an upcoming third-person survival horror game that is very much inspired by the classics, but gives its own try in the genre, especially the Dead Space series. The action takes place in the 23rd century aboard the void ship TRH Rusinov. Players play as Samuel Edwards, the chief medical officer aboard, who is trapped in a horrid situation where an outbreak turns fellow crew members into monsters. It is aimed at fans of sci-fi horror and challenging atmospheric games. The mature themes and content recommended only for adult audiences. The release date is yet unknown. It will be released on PC via Steam. Console releases might possibly follow at later dates. Those players of newer survival horror games, with titles such as Dead Space, Alien, Isolation, or even Resident Evil, will find a lot to like here. But for those who want less in the way of tension or who need their action a little more fast-paced, it may prove overwhelming.
Warning. Toxic atmospheric polluter and
Next, over at number 8, we have Splitgate 2. Splitgate 2 is the upcoming sequel to one of the most popular free-to-play first-person shooters ever, namely Splitgate. Building off the idea of the first one, which combines traditional FPS gameplay with that of Portals, Splitgate takes place within a futuristic galactic arena where players take on the role of an elite ace pitted against others in the most unpredictable 4v4 matches that combine sharp shooting with strategic portal play. Controls are pretty intuitive, and players will pick up not just the usual mechanics to shoot, but how exactly one applies the workings of this very unique portal system as seen within Splitgate 2. Combat feels quite fast and fluid, and there are a number of different guns and abilities at the player's disposal. Being able to create new angles of attack and escape routes brings out the strategic element in a player with the application of the portal mechanics. Splitgate 2 will hit the streets in 2025 on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. So now at number 7, we have Cygni. All Guns Are Blazing. It's an action shoot-'em-up title, developed by Keelworks and published by Konami. Set on the planet Cygni, an ancient technology-dependent human colony, it narrates the story of Ava, a fresh recruit in the Air Force of Cygni. Their colony is suddenly attacked by biomechanical aliens, which may originally have been aboriginal to the planet. The players take control of the versatile fighter ship Orca in a struggle for survival against odds. All Guns Are Blazing is coming in 2024 to PS5, Xbox, and PC. Next, over at number 6, we have ENENRA Demon Core. Demon Core is a next third-person hack-and-slash set in a neo-cyberpunk world. It is set in the dense hive cities of Neo-Tokyo, where each person is born with an intrinsic ability in the form of the Demon Core, a crystalline organ granting people paranormal skills. Players will slip into the skin of ENENRA, a Demon Core hunter in the very powerful mercenary organization known as Ronin Industries. It follows ENENRA's fight against rogue Demon Core wielders and the dark secrets surrounding the phenomenon. No specific release date yet. It will be available for PC for now, but other platforms are planned for the future. Next, over at number 5, we have VIGILANCER 2099. Get ready to be pushed down the gritty neon-lit streets of a dystopian future in VIGILANCER 2099, a cyberpunk action-adventure that is about to hit the forefront of genre innovation. This highly expected title throws gamers into a world where technology and humanity meet in the dance of corruption, rebellion, and redemption. VIGILANCER takes place in the sprawling megalopolis of Neo-Osaka, a city where greed and the advanced technology of corporations have created a wide chasm between the elite and the downtrodden. Players take on the role of a rogue vigilante, equipped with the finest in cybernetic enhancement, as he fights for justice through a perilous urban jungle full of dark conspiracies in a world that has lost its moral compass. Slated for a fourth quarter 2025 release on PlayStation 6, Xbox, and PC. The combat's a ballet of brutality. Players can chain together melee attacks, gunplay, and cybernetic abilities in satisfyingly creative ways. Art direction is a masterclass in cyberpunk aesthetics. Dirt from urban decay combines with the sleek lines of futuristic tech. Neon signs reflect across rain-slicked streets, holographic advertisements flicker in grimy alleyways, and the contrast between glittering high-rises and the shadowy undercity is stark and evocative. Next, over at number 4, we have a game called DeathSprint 66. In the desolate America of 2066, when new dollars and cents jingling in your pocket are gas, the most recent in death races is one for high-class entertainment. In a climatically ravaged, economically collapsed world, the last remnants of humanity gather to watch lethal races across the ruins of what used to be Route 66. Take on the role of a daredevil driver out to compete for celebrity and wealth. Get that ticket to the last inhabitable city on Earth. Be first while outrunning and outlasting opponents in a sequence of increasingly dangerous events. DeathSprint launches on September 15th, 2025 for PlayStation 6, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Any weapon can be put on a vehicle, from the classics like a machine gun to another exotic weapon, like an EMP blaster or an oil slick. It's designed to appeal to fans of classic combat racers like Twisted Metal, as well as those who appreciate the gritty aesthetics of Mad Max. Next, over at number 3, we have Soulframe. It is an upcoming fantasy MMORPG developed by Digital Extremes, the creators of the popular sci-fi title Warframe. Set in a rich, mystical world, Soulframe aims to blend immersive storytelling with deep, strategic gameplay. The game takes place in a fantasy realm where nature and technology are in conflict. Players take on the role of an envoy, a character deeply connected to the world around them. The environment itself is a key character, with the land shifting and changing in response to player actions and the passage of time. Soulframe is slated for release in late 2024, with a more specific date expected to be announced at TennoCon 2024. The game is confirmed for PC, with potential next-gen console releases in the future. The game appears to be a must-play for fans of immersive fantasy worlds and strategic combat. It's likely to appeal strongly to players who enjoy thoughtful, deliberate gameplay and rich storytelling. Now, at number 2, we have Dungeonborne. Dungeonborne is an immersive first-person PvE dungeon crawler developed by Mithril Interactive. Set in a dark fantasy world, the game invites players to venture solo or with companions into ominous dungeons filled with terrifying monsters, cunning adventurers, and valuable treasures. The primary setting includes the treacherous corridors of Cluso Castle and the multi-floored Sinner's End, where players must navigate through perilous environments to survive and escape. Dungeonborne is set to release on July 18th, 2024, and will be available on PC via Steam. Dungeonborne features stunning graphics with a detailed, dark fantasy art style. The game's environments and character models are meticulously crafted, bringing the world of Cluso Castle and Sinner's End to life. As a first-person dungeon crawler with extraction gameplay elements, the game targets fans of action RPGs and dungeon crawlers who enjoy a blend of PvE and PvP experiences. The game appeals to players who appreciate strategic combat, deep customization, and cooperative gameplay. Now, down at number 1, we have Project E. Project E is an upcoming action RPG developed by NCSoft. This ambitious title promises to transport players to the exotic continent of Lysak, a land steeped in Eastern mythology and brimming with adventure. The game takes place in a fantastical realm where players assume the role of a warrior, tasked with restoring balance to a land plagued by dark forces. The storyline revolves around the protagonist's journey to uncover ancient secrets, harness mystical powers, and confront formidable adversaries. Though an exact release date hasn't been announced, Project E is set to launch on PCs and consoles, including next-generation machines. The trailer's visual fidelity suggests that Project E will be a graphical powerhouse, potentially pushing the boundaries of what we've come to expect from MMORPGs. The game's story begins with the aftermath of the Old Gods' War, where fragments of a magical prison called Silak, also known as the Star of Celebs, enthroned in liberty, created 4 islands and a lake on Lysak, along with holy flora and fauna. For MMORPG enthusiasts looking for a fresh take on the genre or anyone fascinated by Eastern mythology, Project E is definitely a title to watch.